Hello and welcome to the Scatterable channel, and today I'm going to show you what graphics cards you should avoid in 2025 and which ones to get instead. So whether you're looking for a new graphics card upgrade for your custom gaming PC, or if you're looking at a pre-built gaming PC with a certain graphics card in it, you might want to know if that graphics card you're looking at is either going to be a good deal in 2025 or is going to become obsolete very quickly as soon as you boot up Grand Theft Auto 6 on it. Either way, the graphics card market in 2025 is pretty hectic. A lot of graphics cards are severely overpriced, and there's only a few of them that are worth getting, so let me definitely tell you about the ones you don't want to get. And I want to reemphasize, this is only covering brand new graphics cards. If you want my opinions on all the various used graphics cards you can get that are older, I have an entire used GPU tier list video linked in the description down below, and as a card here on screen you're welcome to watch, that goes over pretty much everything on the used marketplace from the best to worst. But again, this is only covering brand new graphics cards you can buy now in 2025. Either way, I'm still going to be recommending some used graphics cards that you can get as alternatives to certain graphics cards you should avoid throughout this video, and if you are looking into that, do check out Jawa.gg. Jawa.gg is a marketplace by PC gamers for PC gamer for various hardware, including graphics cards, like these graphics card deals that I just came across as I'm filming this video, like this GTX 1660 Super for under $100, which is right on the money for one of these, as well as this RTX 3060 Ti Asus ROG Strix Edition, so a high quality cooler for $275. That's not too shabby either. But what I also like from the official Java store is this RTX 3080 for $410. That is also right on the money for a 3080. And even ironically, here's an RTX 4070 Super for $565, which is a better deal than one of the graphics cards we're going to be covering later in this video, brand new. So Java.gg is not just a good site for buying used graphics cards and other hardware, but for even trading in your old stuff. Like if you have an old RTX whatever or RX whatever lying around, you can trade in your old graphics card or CPU for quick cash on Java.gg. So it's just a really cool website for all the various things, so do click the link at the top of the description if you want to check out any of these used graphics card deals that I just covered, as well as everything else Java.gg has to offer. Okay, so to kick things off, the first graphics card you should absolutely avoid in 2025, brand new, is gonna have to be the RTX 5060. Now, this graphics card, as of recording this video, hasn't come out yet, but we can already kind of get an idea of what this graphics card is going to struggle with off of the RTX 5060 Ti 8GB reviews. And I'll go ahead and spoil this now, but instead, you should go ahead and get yourself the Intel Arc B580. So here's the gist. Between the Intel Arc B580, which currently in the United States retails for about $300 brand new on Newegg, beats the RTX 5060 Ti 8GB and quite a few games that are AAA PC games at higher graphical settings, even at 1080p, where you think 8GB of VRAM wouldn't be a problem. And that is because in 2025, more and more games are taxing VRAM for graphics cards when it comes to their texture memory sizes in-game, and we can especially see those when you get to very high or even ultra settings for these games, even at 1080p, which is why you can see a lot of times where the Intel Arc B580 has better frame rates and especially better 1% lows versus the RTX 5060 Ti 8GB, despite costing again $100 less. And once again, the culprit is that 128-bit 8GB VRAM that is on the 5060 Ti 8GB that is also present on the RTX 5060. So when this graphics card does launch next week for a $300 MSRP, expect for two things to happen. One, the price is instantly going to shoot up because that is just how things are right now in the graphics card market, at least here in the United States. This graphics card is going to retail for above $300, which I would not pay that much for this kind of graphics card unless you're someone who needs that special small form factor edition 5060 If you know that, then you are already clear. I'm not gonna bash you, but if you are a regular PC gamer with a standard mid-tower desktop, do not get the RTX 5060 and instead get the Intel Arc B580 with much better onboard memory that is going to last you longer. No amount of ray tracing or DLSS will save this graphics card, again from the fact that it has a pitiful amount of VRAM. Once again, you should not really pay more than, I would say, $230 brand new for a graphics card with 8 gigabytes of VRAM. If you go above that, it's not worth it anymore. But if you're looking for a used graphics card option, if you didn't want to get the B580, you can go ahead and get yourself a used RX 6750 XT, or if you're lucky, an RX 6800 used. These will either come with 12 gigabytes like the B580 or 16 gigabytes of VRAM, which will leave you much better well off for other future PC games that could be a lot more taxing on the memory. Again, for as much credit I want to give the 5060 for DLSS 4, the fact is it doesn't have enough memory, and you need VRAM to not only enable ray tracing, but to also enable DLSS frame generation. Those two things in themselves also take up additional VRAM, and the 5060 needs more. So for my next graphics card, we're gonna have to go ahead and talk about the RTX 5060 Ti 8GB. Do not get this graphics card in 2025. I just said you shouldn't spend more than $230 on a graphics card with only 8 gigabytes of VRAM in 2025. And currently, although this has an MSRP of $380, right now it's retailing for the same price as the RTX 5060 Ti 16GB MSRP of $430. That is ridiculous. And as I just described, we already saw this graphics card struggling even at 1080p on certain AAA PC games at higher graphical settings versus that graphics card, which should be in a lower tier, simply because the 5060 Ti 8GB has that pitiful 128-bit 8GB VRAM that is on a graphics card that is way too expensive for it, even with GDDR7 memory modules. So what should you get instead? Well, I just covered it, but literally save yourself money and get an Intel Arc B580. The only people that should consider an RTX 5060 Ti 8GB are people who only play esports PC games. So people who only play Fortnite, Valorant, Counter-Strike 2, Marvel Rivals, Apex Legends, pretty much anything that can already run on your grandma's pre-built PC from 2010. Because those games don't tax VRAM whatsoever, so they're perfect for the RTX 5060 Ti and 5060. But if you get into anything recent that is graphically interesting whatsoever, so The Last of Us, Monster Hunter Wilds, or even, like I said, the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6, it is going to struggle with that 8GB VRAM with 128-bit memory bus. That 8GB of VRAM is going to be used up quite quickly, and once again, DLSS 4 frame generation and ray tracing eat up additional VRAM if you toggle those features on in-game. So 8GB is just not enough. Save yourself the money, get the Intel Arc B580 for obvious reasons, or if you want to go down the used route, you can get a used RX 6800 XT, or if you're lucky, a used RX 6900 XT for about $400 used. Both of options come with 16 gigabytes of memory, which is way more worth it than what comes with the 5060 Ti 8GB. Now, there's another graphics card I want you to avoid, but this one we don't know much about, and we gotta wait and see for reviews, but I can already probably tell you I'm not gonna recommend it, and it is the rumored upcoming RX 9060 XT 8GB. Now, I do think the RX 9060 in itself is going to be a successful GPU, as from what we can see with the RX 9070 series. Those definitely outperform the RTX 5070 and 5070 Ti. So I think the same will apply for the RX 9060 versus the 5060 and 5060 Ti. Even if the pricing is better, I still want you to stay away from that 8GB version of the 9060 XT, unless for some reason AMD somehow manages to put the MSRP of that graphics card at $200, and after markups, after people really gouge out the graphics card in the current marketplace and it goes up in price, even if it hits $250, that'd be okay, but I don't expect it. I expect that graphics card to have an MSRP similar to the RTX 5060, with again having that really small 8GB VRAM with 128-bit memory bus. But again, I can't quite tell you what alternative graphics card I get instead because we don't know the current price of it right now as of recording this video. But again, I'd stay away from it. If it has 8GB of VRAM in 2025, brand new, stay away from it. Unless it's very cheap, like I mentioned earlier. Then next up, and I don't have the box for it, but I will be getting one soon, because there is one good use for it, but not necessarily for gaming, and that is the RTX 5070. I know I have a box of the 4070, but just bear with me. The issue with the 5070 is that if you take away the fact that it has GDDR7 memory modules on it, if you take that fact away, it's slower than the RTX 4070 Super that was released a year before it was meant to replace. Because as of recording this video, the RTX 5070 and RTX 4070 Super have the same performance. And if they have the same performance, yet the older 4070 Super has older memory modules, those being GDDR6, how is the newer, on a new architecture, 5070 matching the performance of that older 4060 Super? What that means is that the 5070 is by nature weak. The GPU core is just really unimpressive, and the only thing making up for that graphics card is, again, the fact that it has GDDR7 memory modules. Not to mention the fact that it once again has 12GB of VRAM, and it comes in at $550, and right now street pricing puts it at about $610. I would not pay over $600 for a graphics card with 12GB of VRAM. That is not worth it in 2025. What should you get instead? Simple. Actually, incredibly simple. Stupidly simple. RX 9070. This one also has an MSRP of about $550, same as the 5070, but the 9070 completely blows it out of the water. First up, 16GB of VRAM come on the RX 9070 versus 12 on the 5070, even with the fact that the 9070 here has older GDDR6 memory modules versus the GDDR7 on the 5070. Also, I'm just gonna say it actually matches the 5070 when it comes to ray tracing performance per dollar. AMD actually managed to match Nvidia in ray tracing this generation because the 5070, or at least the GPUs around it, are that underwhelming. And lastly, and this is also another huge surprise, but FSR4 is no joke. I do not want to see in the comments, look up any videos of FSR4 versus DLSS4, and you will see that AMD is now on par with Nvidia when it comes to their latest frame generation technology. So seriously, AMD right now is matching Nvidia when it comes to frame generation. They are matching ray tracing performance per dollar, all the while offering superior rasterization performance and superior hardware for the money versus the 5070. Now, as of recording this video, the 9070 is about $50 more expensive than the 5070, but I definitely take that additional $50 even then, just because of all the things that I just mentioned. Do not get the 5070. And as far as used alternatives, you could get a used RX 7900 XT for below $600 if you're lucky. But a new RX 9070 with even better ray tracing and that FSR4 tech that isn't available on the 7900 XT, I think is a little bit too appealing to pass up. Now, the next graphics card you should not get in 2025. We're gonna jump ahead. RTX 5080. Why should you not get this? For one simple reason. You should not be paying over $1,000 for a graphics card that only comes with 16GB of memory. And right now, in terms of street pricing, it's retailing for about $1,400. You're getting scammed if you pay that much for a graphics card with only 16GB of memory. You're getting ripped off. you should be getting 20 gigabytes, possibly even 24 gigabytes. According to rumors, if the 5080 Super does indeed become a thing with having way more memory than the regular 5080, you should not be paying this much for a graphics card with 16 gigabytes of VRAM. Not to mention the fact that the 5080 doesn't offer any decent uplift in performance versus the 4080 it was meant to replace. So all in all, it's a pretty underwhelming graphics card. So what should you get instead? I kid you not, this is actually the smartest way to not get a 5080. And it's to literally get a 5070 Ti or an RX 7900 XTX. Let me explain. So if you look at the performance difference between the 5070 Ti and the 5080, you're only getting about a 10 to 15% difference in overall performance. Yet if you look at current street pricing, the 5080 retails for anywhere from 35 to 40% more in price. But here's the kicker. Both of these come with the exact same memory. Yeah, the 5070 Ti also comes with 16 gigabytes of VRAM. And if you insisted on getting a high-end Nvidia graphics card, this comes with the same memory, yet retails for way below $1,000. So tell me, would you really want to spend over $1,000 on a graphics card that's gonna offer you only 10 to 15% uplift in performance while having the same memory? It's not a good deal. The 5080 is not a good deal. I would save yourself the money and get a 5070 Ti. You are not gonna be missing out on much, other than the fact that at most, you could be saving yourself up to $600. Yeah, so that 10 to 50% uplift in performance doesn't look that great on paper if you're paying an additional $600 for it. Or, 7900 XTX. You can buy one brand new for $1,000 right now on Newegg. Comes with 24 gigabytes of VRAM, and the 5080 made the 7900 XTX look good, because that's how much of a disappointment the 5080 was. So those are the two alternatives that I have. And then finally, the other elephant in the room we need to cover that you should not get in 2025 is the RTX 5090, because right now it costs $3,500. No. What should you do instead? Pay off your car loan, pay off your debt, especially if it's student debt. Go ahead and just use that $3.5 grand for paying off like 3 months of rent or more than that. Guys, the 5090 isn't for gamers anymore. It's for people who make money, people who do artificial intelligence and can afford to drop $3.5 grand on an RTX 5090. Yeah, so there you have it. That is it for today's video. And if you enjoyed it, do give it a like. Likes are always appreciated. They help out these videos in the algorithm. And if you want to be more in tune with my content, subscribe. It's worth it. It's free. And if you don't like it, you can just unsubscribe. But hopefully you don't, because my content's good enough to keep your subscription. So with all that said, thank you so much for watching. And this is the Scattervault channel, signing out.